You own a battery-powered string trimmer, maybe a leaf blower too, both from the same brand because the packaging told you that was the smart move. Buy into the platform, share the batteries, save money over time. Sounds reasonable. Except right now, you're sitting on 2 or 3 proprietary batteries worth $200 to $400 each that don't fit a single other tool from a single other brand on Earth. And every time you need another outdoor tool, there's exactly one company you can buy from. Not because they're the best. Because switching means throwing away $600 to $1,200 in batteries and starting completely over. That's not a loyalty program, that's a trap. And I personally think it's the most underrated financial decision in the entire outdoor power equipment space, because nobody frames it this way when you're standing in the Home Depot aisle holding a trimmer that comes with a free battery. I went deep on this one. Manufacturer spec sheets, SEC filings, and an embarrassing number of hours on the lawn forum reading complaints from guys who learned the hard way. And some of what I found genuinely surprised me. I'm going to map every major battery ecosystem, show you what a full tool set actually costs on each one, expose the compatibility traps hiding inside brands you trust, name the platforms that have already been killed and the ones showing warning signs right now, and then tell you which ones I'd spend my own money on. Pay attention to this next detail because it explains everything about how this industry works. 10 major battery platforms are fighting for your garage right now. Ego 56 volt, Ryobi 40 volt, DeWalt 60 volt flex volt, Milwaukee M18, Makita 40 volt XGT, Husqvarna 40 volt, Stihl with 4 separate lines, Greenworks with 5 separate voltage tiers, Toro 60 volt flex force, and Kobalt 40 volt at Lowe's. None of them are cross-compatible. You pick one, and that's your brand for the next decade. I priced a full 5-tool set on every platform. Mower, trimmer, blower, chainsaw, edger. The cheapest complete setup is Kobalt 40 volts at around $926. The most expensive is Stihl AP at roughly $3,390, and that's because every AP tool ships bare. A single AP 300S battery costs $321. You need at least 2 plus a $150 charger before you've even turned anything on. Most buyers land between $1,500 and $1,800. Ego hits about $1,705 with batteries included in every kit. Ryobi 40 volts HP is $1,755 at Home Depot. I personally think that range is the sweet spot for anyone with a half-acre to 2-acre lawn. Now here's where it gets ugly, and honestly, this part made me the angriest. Some brands don't just lock you into their ecosystem. They run multiple incompatible battery lines under the same name, so even brand loyalty doesn't protect you. Stihl is the worst offender. 4 separate battery systems, AI with built-in batteries, a S for tiny tools, a K for homeowner equipment, a P for professional. An AK battery will not physically fit an AP tool. Different shape, different connectors, deliberately incompatible. A homeowner who starts with AK tools and later wants the professional MSA 220 chainsaw has to buy into a completely separate battery ecosystem from the same company. Meanwhile, the chargers handle both AK and AP batteries just fine, which really drives home how unnecessary the tool side split is. That's not a red flag. That's a white flag. Makita did something similar. Their 18-volt LXT platform has over 300 tools and decades of loyalty behind it. Then they launched 40-volt XGT as a hard break. You cannot use an LXT battery in an XGT tool. If you've spent 15 years building an LXT collection and want Makita's newest outdoor tools, you're starting over. Greenworks runs 5 voltage platforms, 24, 40, 60, 80, and 82 volt commercial. None work together. And within 40 volt, older Gen 1 batteries have different physical shapes from newer G-Max batteries. Same brand, same voltage, won't fit. I mean, think about that for a second. DeWalt FlexVolt is the one clever exception. A 60-volt FlexVolt battery automatically reconfigures its internal wiring to run as 20 volts in any 20-volt max tool. Your lawn batteries double as power tool batteries. Smart engineering. One way only, though. And DeWalt has already proven they'll kill a platform without warning, which brings me to the part of this video I think everyone needs to hear. Battery platforms get killed. Multiple times. Major brands. Zero warning. DeWalt had a 40-volt max outdoor system, marketed it to professional landscapers. August 2019, they discontinued the entire line. Every battery, every tool, orphaned. Those batteries didn't power any 20 volts or 60 volts product. Gone. Craftsman's 19.2 volt system stranded millions when Stanley Black & Decker bought the brand from Sears and launched V20, making decades of tools useless. Milwaukee killed their V28 platform after launching M18. Kobalt 80 volts is actively disappearing from Lowe's shelves right now, with users reporting they can't find replacement batteries in stores. And here's what connects all of this. Globe Tools Group, one corporate parent, manufactured batteries for Greenworks, Kobalt, Snapper, PowerWorks, and Victa. Same factory, same assembly line, different sticker on the plastic housing to prevent cross-use. Then they discontinued whichever brands they felt like. So which companies will actually still be here? TTI Group, which owns Milwaukee and Ryobi, posted $14.6 billion in revenue in 2024 with $44 million in net debt. Ryobi Bands, plus 18 volts, has kept backward compatibility since 1996. 30 years. That track record matters. Stihl is family-owned since 1926, posted $5.7 billion in revenue, and is building a new battery factory in Romania. Ego's parent Shervan holds #1 market share in lithium battery outdoor power equipment in North America and just signed a distribution deal with John Deere. The company I'd watch carefully is Stanley Black & Decker. They own DeWalt. They're cutting $2 billion in costs. They've already killed DeWalt 40 volts, Craftsman 19.2 volts, and Porter Cable 20 volts. Worst platform abandonment record in the industry. If you're finding this useful, hit subscribe. Alright, so here's where things get expensive in ways nobody warns you about. Replacement batteries. A single replacement battery costs $150 to $482 depending on platform. Ego 5.0 amp hour runs $200 to $249. Stihl AP500S costs $482 for one battery. That's not a replacement part. That's practically buying the tool again. Real-world lifespan, based on forum reports, runs 3 to 5 years before serious degradation. One Ego owner on Bogleheads documented it precisely. Original 7.5 amp-hour battery performed well for 3 seasons, hit half capacity by the 4th, became non-functional during the 6th. His replacement followed the same curve. So he's buying a $300 to $400 battery every 3 to 4 years. And no, I'm not making that up. If you're watching this and realizing you have no idea how to make your batteries last or what your warranty actually covers, I put together something called the No BS Buyer's Vault. It's got the maintenance schedules and warranty breakdowns that keep you from replacing $300 batteries every 3 years. Scan the QR code on screen or check the link in the description and pinned comment. For the gas versus battery math, I ran the full 10-year numbers. Complete Ego setup with battery replacements at year 5 and year 10 comes to approximately $2,875. Comparable gas setup with a Honda mower and Echo handhelds, including fuel, maintenance, and a couple shop visits, runs about $3,340. Battery saves roughly $465 over a decade. If you do all gas maintenance yourself, the gap nearly disappears. The critical variable is how long batteries actually last. If they hold 6 or 7 years, battery wins. If they degrade in 3, gas becomes cheaper. That one number determines everything, and no manufacturer guarantees it beyond the warranty window. So here's where I'd put my money. Ego 56 volts is the strongest overall choice. One unified platform, 0 internal fragmentation, every battery fits every tool, #1 market share, John Deere partnership, about $1,700 for the full set with batteries included. Ryobi 40 volts. HP is the value play with TTI's financial fortress behind it. Milwaukee. M18 only makes sense if you already own M18 power tools. I'd avoid Kobalt 80 volts. Greenworks, unless you enjoy navigating 5 voltage tiers. And Stihl for a homeowner ecosystem, despite their incredible tools, because the 4-system fragmentation and dealer-only pricing punish anyone who isn't a professional. Every single battery platform is a walled garden. There's no open standard. There probably never will be, because lock-in is the business model. Your first purchase is the cheapest thing you'll ever buy from that brand. Everything after it assumes you can't leave. One last thing. Whatever platform you pick, buy the biggest battery you can afford up front. A larger battery takes fewer charge cycles to do the same work, which means it degrades slower. Spending an extra $50 to $100 on capacity today saves you hundreds in replacement costs over the next 5 years. That one tip costs about 30 seconds of thought at the register. YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this next video, so tap on it, and if you made it to the end, subscribe.